It's a hot day, wind blowing out here at Wrigley Field, and the Cubs go for a 4-game series sweep and a 5-game winning streak. It's the Hyundai leadoff man getting you set for baseball. The Cubs with a 4-game lead in the Central. Hope your Sunday is going well. Welcome to the booth. Jim DeShays and Len Casper with you. The Cubs have added to this roster here in the middle part of the season, and for the most part, all the additions have been great. But in particular, Daniel Murphy and Cole Hamels.
Yeah, a couple of big-time deals. Trade for Cole Hamels, a guy who's having a bit of a down year in Arlington, and Daniel Murphy, who spent a good chunk of the early part of the season on the disabled list, but he was swinging a hot bat when the Cubs got him, and he's been red hot since they acquired him, flashing a little leather as well. That's not a big part of his game. The bat is, and the bat has been outstanding. Cole Hamels, what can you say about this guy? He has been absolutely brilliant. Complete game against Cincinnati last time out. The stuff has been good, plus heater, the changeup, all the weapons we're used to seeing from Cole Hamels have been on full display. 5 starts, the Cubs have won them all, 4-0 with an 0.79.
Brandon Kintzler has struggled a little bit, but Jesse Chavez and Jorge De La Rosa, who finished the game yesterday, have both been terrific too.
Yeah, absolutely. Limited role for De La Rosa, but he's been good when he has pitched. Jesse Chavez has been really aggressive, been most impressive. A lot of clean innings for him. It's a big part of that bullpen depth that's been a strength of this club all year long, and over the last 8-10 days, the bullpen has been just sparkling.
The Cubs are 8-7 on the season against the Reds, and game within a game. Kind of an interesting budding rivalry between Amir Garrett and Javier Baez. More on that when we come back.
Brought to you by your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Test drive a Hyundai today.
Some great Players Weekend photos taken by Cubs team photographer Steve Green. Last night, the Pirates blowing out Milwaukee 9-1. You see Jamison Tyone was terrific. Colin Moran had 4 hits. Today it's Chris Archer against Chase Anderson in Milwaukee. And the Rockies slowing down the Cardinals. So now the Cubs with a 4-game lead over St. Louis, 4.5 ahead of the Brewers. Amir Garrett and Javier Baez have matched up a few times over the last 2 seasons. It's kind of like a video game of sorts.
Round 1.
Here it comes. And a drive to left. Grand slam time. 5-0 in the first.
Round 2.
He struck him out. Hurt Garrett. He and Baez having a little conversation. Rizzo right in the middle of it.
Round 3.
Deep to right. It'll go. Javi Baez, number 28. Stay tuned. We will have more coming up, and it'll be great, I promise.
Brought to you by your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Test drive a Hyundai today.
Ladies and gentlemen, last night we learned of the passing of U.S. Senator John McCain. He was a Navy bomber, a prisoner of war, a dominating presence in the United States government for 40 years, and a tremendous, authentic public servant. At this time, we ask that you please join us in a moment of silence as we remember Senator John McCain. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please remain standing and join Gary Pressey at the Lowry organ as he honors our nation with God Bless America. And now, ladies and gentlemen, join Steve Uliana, a guest of Out at Wrigley, as he honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Cubs baseball on WGN Sports. They go for the 4-game series sweep. The first place Cubs with a 4-game advantage in the division. It's the Reds and Cubs coming up here on Channel 9. Great to have you with us today, along with Jim DeShays, Len Casper here. The Cubs had that rough stretch, scored 1 run in 5 straight games. Hard to deny Daniel Murphy has had a big impact since he arrived 4 games ago.
Yeah, he's had hits in every game. He's 7 out of 19. He has hit home runs in the last 2 ball games. The Cubs have had at least 11 hits in 3 of their last 4. You see the breakdown, the previous 5 games, the pre-Murphy games. They're hitting the solo home run and nothing else. Since then, they've been doing a lot of damage. They've been backing up outfielders.
And oh, by the way, he is 6 for 10 against Homer Bailey, who will get the start for Cincinnati today. Kyle Hendricks will take the ball for the Cubs when we come back to Wrigley Field.
Budweiser. Join the team that enjoys responsibly. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. Lexus. Experience amazing. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. And by Volkswagen. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer or VWDealer.com for the Volkswagen dealer near you.
Cubs baseball in sparkling high definition on WGN is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet with the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Call, click, or visit an Xfinity store today. Jim Riggleman wrote out the following Reds lineup. It does not include Joey Votto. He is eligible to be back from the DL, but he's not quite ready. Hamilton will lead it off. Peraza, Jeanette, Suarez 2 through 4. Scott Schebler activated off the DL yesterday, so this is his 2nd game back. Philip Ervin up to 300 on the season, has done a nice job for them. He'll hit 6th. The catcher Barnhart will play 1st with Votto out. Casale homered yesterday. He'll hit 8th ahead of Homer Bailey, the pitcher.
And the Cubs defensively this afternoon, Kyle Schwarber plays left, Albert Almora Jr. center, Jason Hayward is in right, David Bodie, Javi Baez, Daniel Murphy, Anthony Rizzo, 3rd to 1st, Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And our Blue Cross Blue Shield starting pitcher for the Cubs this afternoon is Kyle Hendricks. 26 starts, 9 up, 10 down, a .404 ERA. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. This is his third start against Cincinnati this year. The Cubs have lost them both. He personally has a loss and a no decision. He will come at the Reds with fastball, changeup, curveball. Mostly sinkers with the fastball. He used his changeup a lot last time out in Detroit. A game in which he allowed 2 first-inning runs, and that was it through 7 innings of work, but suffered the loss.
David Rackley, 5-year veteran and North Carolina resident, will work home plate. Chris Guccione at first. The crew chief Larry Vanover at second base. Ben May is at third. The last time the Cubs swept the Reds in a series at Wrigley of at least 4 games was July 1945. That was a 5-game series. They have won 5 of the first 6 games played here this season and 8 of 15 overall.
Trying to get retribution from a Red sweep in Cincinnati earlier this year of 4 games.
We are underway. A strike called on Hamilton. 2 for 16 with 7 strikeouts against Hendricks. 0-2.
Hendricks throws a high percentage of first pitch strikes, and hitters take a high percentage of first pitch strikes against Kyle Hendricks. And then he'll go to work. Sinkers down and away. Change up.
Popped up into foul territory goes Bodie for the first out. It's hot. It's 93. It is humid. The heat index 101, and we've got a westerly breeze at 7 miles an hour.
So Hendricks is the kind of guy you want on the mound if you're playing behind him. Throws a lot of strikes, typically works fairly quickly.
Yeah, I walked out of the air-conditioned tunnel attaching the clubhouse to the home dugout, and my glasses fogged up.
Yeah, this is very swampy here. This is reminiscent of Houston, this kind of humidity.
1 strike on Jose Peraza. Just off the outside. 88 on the fastball from Kyle. Peraza has the 7th lowest strikeout rate in baseball, under 10% or under 11%. Jason Hayward and Anthony Rizzo are in the top 13 in that category as well. And right on cue, Hayward will make the catch. Number 2.
Soft contact. First 2 hitters of the game for Hendricks. That's what you see a lot of when he's on his game. Not necessarily a big strikeout pitcher, but every now and then he'll step up and have a big strikeout game. It's all about getting hitters off their timing, out on the front foot, ground balls, roll over ground balls, lazy pop-ups.
All-star Scooter Gennett fouls away. 35 home runs as a Brewer in over 1,600 plate appearances. He's hit 46 and just over 1,000 tries as a Red. Outside, 1-1. Cubs are getting great pitching. 187 over their last 9. 18 runs allowed total, and 6 of those were surrendered yesterday in a 10-6 win.
Yeah, the good pitching allowed them to essentially steal a couple of wins when the bats went quiet. And you need that to happen every now and then. You need your starters just to go out there and win a game for you. Rackley, a little wake-up call.
Emergency swing by Gennett.
Gennett's really good middle in and up, and you can see what Hendricks is trying to do with him. Down and away. Make him reach.
He went with Hendo, not the professor. You can understand why.
Yeah, he's probably too self-effacing,
a little modest to go with the professor. Yeah. He'd be more likely to go with the student.
I would argue he should go as the artist who paints the corners.
You see that cap already drenched. It's hot and humid day and a swing and a miss. Jeanette has been vulnerable up there in this series, and Hendricks exploits it. Batting order: Murphy, Baez, and Rizzo in the first. If somebody reaches, Contreras, who's in the cleanup spot. Hayward, Bodie, and Schwarber ahead of the pitcher Hendricks. Kyle Schwarber homered yesterday. Albert Almora batting ninth with his .300 average.
Reds defensively: Irvin, Hamilton, Shebler. Left, center, right. Suarez, Peraza, Jeanette, Barnhart on the infield. Barnhart inexperienced over there. He's a catcher, but so is Kurt Casale. So they've been flip-flopping between catcher and first base with Votto down. Homer Bailey, it's been an ugly go for Homer here. 17 starts, 1-11 with a 6.21 earned run average.
He is signed through next season as Murphy dumps one down the left field line, foul and out of play. He'll make $23 million next year. Injuries have been a problem, and when he's been healthy this year, even when he's been good, he hasn't won. They're 0-6 in his quality starts.
Yeah, run support has been an issue, and home run balls have been an issue. Second highest home run rate in the National League, almost 2 per 9. Actually, it's the highest in the National League, second in MLB behind Dylan Bundy.
Left field line again, and just foul.
On the DL with a knee issue was Bailey, end of May until July 24th, so he missed a bunch of time.
Yeah, that's rough. 1-16 in his starts.
Not doing a lot of handshaking on Homer Day.
Comes his 1-2, and Murphy stays alive.
I'm going to say something pretty preposterous right now, though. If he pitches well next year, I would not be surprised. I saw him earlier this year. The ball looked to be coming out of his hand pretty good. His number, his velocity is kind of where it normally is. He's averaging about 93 miles per hour on the heater.
That should be a hit, as Suarez will just pick it up and hold on to it.
And I imagine if you're Homer Bailey right now, you're thinking, here we go again. A year where nothing's going right, makes a good pitch with the splitter, gets a weak little roller, and into the stretch he goes. Daniel Murphy just gets hits. Just does not swing and miss very much at all.
He's hit now in all 5 as a Cub. And the batter is Javier Baez. .462 with 3 homers his last 6 games. He hit one yesterday off Amir Garrett and takes ball 1.
Yeah, to right field. He hit one to the moon the other night here, out onto the street. He has homered 3 of his last 4, and this is kind of fun. If you're into second baseman, they're all here. OPS in the National League for second baseman: Baez, Zobrist, Jeanette, and Murphy.
3 RBIs away from becoming the first Cubs middle infielder that hit his bat, and thus is foul. To knock in 100 since Hall of Famer Ryne Sandberg in 1991. Previously to that season, Ernie Banks in 1960. Baez leading the National League with 97. Fouled back upstairs. So back to your point about Homer Bailey. Neither of us plays fantasy baseball, but you're saying he might be a late, under the radar
get him on
draft
the,
pick next season.
Get him on the cheap, really late in the draft. I'm not predicting great things. I'm just saying I wouldn't be stunned if he bounced back and pitched pretty well.
The other question to ask is, would a change of scenery also be in order and be beneficial?
Well, I think for any pitcher getting out of Cincinnati is a good idea. That's a tough place to pitch. And given what's gone on the last few years for him there, fresh start somewhere might be a pretty good idea.
There's a 2-2 and fouled out of play. For that to happen, for any sort of trade to happen in the offseason, it would require Bailey to be really good here in the last month plus. And the Reds would probably have to pay most of his salary, but you might get just a little relief. And again, a lot of that's up to Bailey and how he performs here down the stretch.
Since signing his deal prior to the 2014 season, he's 18-29 with a 5.27. 6-year, $105 million deal.
Let's check out an early Lexus run predictor. Man on. Nobody out. 3-2 now on Baez. Run predictor again, brought to you by the Chicago area, Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Predicting 2 runs if he hangs him another slider.
Now, the scenario I painted for Bailey in terms of a trade is improbable, if not impossible. If he didn't have the big contract for next year, he probably would have to hook on with somebody as a non-roster invitee based on the numbers he's put up the last few seasons. And in fact, before he went to the DL, he had gone to the bullpen. He never did make an appearance. Another 3-2 to Baez. Another foul. Nice play by the ball dude.
Well, right-handed batters are hitting .325 against him. The splitter allows him to compete a little bit better against left-handed hitters. I mean, the numbers are bad any way you dissect them for Bailey this year.
Could be 2, probably not. And in fact, they don't even get 1 as Peraza took Jeanette off the bag with his throw to second base.
Yeah, I think he's probably better off if he backhands this ball. He's working real hard to get around it, and that puts him into an awkward throwing position. He's falling backwards as he slings that ball to Jeanette at second base, pulls him off the bag. And Murphy sneaks in safely. The Reds are contemplating a challenge. And they're going to challenge
it. At this point, Peraza has been charged with an error, but the Reds must be pretty confident Murphy was out to make a challenge in the first inning.
Well, yeah, but I also think it's, you know, Bailey struggles. Rizzo coming to bat. They've lost 3 in a row here. I think there's a sense of maybe desperation down there in the Reds dugout. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a clean look frame by frame that shows that he was on the bag as he caught the ball. It was really close. It's always wise to keep your scorecard in pencil. You can make adjustments. You know who would be really helpful right now to make this determination? Somebody with an impeccable reputation. Somebody who's very honest and forthright.
Honest
that man.
Abe. Yeah. Threw out a first pitch.
The old rail splitter in the ballpark today. Looking good after all these years.
So the Reds lose their challenge in the first inning. That could be big. That could be more important than the safe call. Two on, nobody out for Anthony Rizzo. 10 out of 25 against Homer Bailey, plus 6 walks.
Bailey, like Kyle Hendricks, has had first inning issues. A 7.41 first inning ERA for Bailey.
There's the pitch. It is a strike. Kendrys Morales has homered again.
Wow.
That's 7 consecutive games. He is 1 off the major league record. I thought Matt Carpenter was hot earlier. He homered in 6 in a row mid-season. Morales has 1-upped him. Bounce to first. Barnhart throws to second for 1. Relay is going to be late. So that's the first out. Baez eliminated. Cubs have him at the corners for Contreras.
Talked about Barnhart not having a lot of experience down there at first base, but good footwork here to get into a good throwing position. Given his lack of experience, I thought he might be tempted just to run that ball to the bag.
Wilson 2 out of 8 with a double and 2 runs in the series. Cubs getting good news on the Chris Bryant front. He will head out on a rehab assignment with AAA Iowa tomorrow. Got some live BP against Drew Smiley this morning. And if all goes well for Chris, we could see him back as early as this coming weekend in Philadelphia. Cubs actually start the trip with a makeup game in Atlanta. Thursday. That would probably be the absolute earliest that he would be back.
The Cubs in a good position now with this 4-game lead, almost to September. Getting Chris Bryant back, put themselves in a position where they control their own destiny, play pretty solid baseball the rest of the way. They're going to force the Cardinals and Brewers to go nuts.
The throw will go to first, close, but they got him. And Contreras will get an RBI as Murphy scores the first run. It's 1-0.
It's nice to get a run without hitting a ball out of the infield. A little squibber by Daniel Murphy got the inning started. He scores on the Contreras ground ball.
So Rizzo at second base. It's a 1-0 ball game. And the batter Jason Hayward returned to the lineup yesterday after missing 2 games with a sore left ankle. A little low.
Jason is 4 out of 18 in his career against Bailey. One of the 4 hits, a home run.
Three balls, no strikes. 3 pitches around the zone, but not in it. And 3-1. Rizzo will score. Hayward will round second and head for third. It's a triple. 2-0 in the first.
Well, there's one that left the infield absolutely blistered by Hayward. A misread by Hamilton. As he tried to set his feet down, he went. Go ahead and challenge fastball, and Hayward up to the challenge.
This replay is brought to you by IDOT, reminding you that safe driving habits really are a matter of life or death. Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com.
Tip of the cap to Eddie Vedder in Pearl Jam for that center field blowout.
Yeah. Low on Bodie. Dramatic game-ending home run on Friday afternoon in the 10th. All 5 of his Major League home runs have tied the game, given the Cubs the lead, or flat out won the game.
He's driving in a run every 5th at bat. It's the 4th best ratio in the National League for players with at least 100 at bats.
Base hit to right. It's 3-0.
Just got a wee bit better.
bring Danny Darwin, the pitching coach, to the mound.
Really catching a lot of home plate with that fastball, and Bodie pounces all over it. Darwin and Bailey speak the same language. Danny's from Bonham, Texas. Bailey from LaGrange.
Here's Kyle Schwarber. Homer scored a season high 3 times on Saturday. Popped up. This might be playable. Suarez can't get it. So 3 Reds in the area. Nobody can make a play.
You know who was pretty sure that ball was not going to be caught?
Homer Bailey.
Exactly. He's like Eeyore right now with that cloud over his head, thinking, nothing's going my way.
StatCast AI is powered by AWS. Looks like the Reds are covering the hot zones pretty well for Schwarber. Oh, almost got away. Over 30 pitches here in the first inning. Hendricks, the Cubs starter, is waiting on deck.
High pitch innings in this heat will really take its toll. You get fatigued. Legs get a little wobbly on you, and then you end up leaving the ball up.
Kick, and the 1-2 is popped up. Shallow center. Hamilton coming in. And the Cubs get 3 in the first inning. And they lead 3-0. So Kyle Hendricks with some early run support. And he got through the opening frame without allowing a base runner. First inning has been an issue for him. In fact, in his last start, he took the loss. Despite going 7 innings, he allowed 2 in the first in Detroit, and that was it. Cubs lost that game 2-1.
That was the last of their run of solo homer games, right?
It was. It was the last Cubs loss.
Well, I was watching, as you mentioned, KB took BP today, first just regular BP and then off Drew Smiley. I was watching him ping balls into the bleachers out there in left field and thinking, my goodness, what's this lineup going to look like when he gets back?
Even better. Strike on Eugenio Suarez. Yeah, the left side of the Cubs infield, Russell and Bryant are on the DL, and yet they've got Baez and Bodie playing those 2 positions today.
Yeah, it's so important to have a guy that can fill in for your primary shortstop. And a lot of times it's just a real good defensive player, a bench guy that can play the position, but you carry him because you have to have that kind of protection. So to be able to slot Baez over there with his offensive production when Addy is down it's a tremendous luxury.
And so, for instance, today, Suarez just cracked his bat on a roller to short. Joe has LaStella, as he normally does, as his top left-handed pinch hitter. Got the backup catcher Caratini, and then he's got 2 switch hitters, Ian Happ and Ben Zobrist, who you would consider almost everyday players. Pretty good.
Yeah, the deeper your lineup gets, the deeper your roster gets. You know, he has that matrix of outcomes, and he looks every day about what he thinks his guys are going to do against the opposing day's starting pitcher. So, you know, you add Bryant to the mix with the group that's already here, and he's almost never going to have, you know, a weak slot where he just feels bad about the potential matchup. And this guy, well, I don't like Happ against this guy. All right, I'll put Happ down today. I'll start Bryant in right field, move Hayward over to center, you know, whatever it is.
Scott Schebler in a 2-0 count in his second game back from the DL. The Reds were hopeful to get Joey Votto back today, but the leg just not healing as quickly as they had hoped. They are off tomorrow. There's a fair ball picked up by Contreras.
Fans, check out the WGN Sports Game Zone to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you watch at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape. Pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Escape your everyday. Shop The Great Escape.
Phillip Ervin by Magic on Players Weekend. .300 on the season. Most players going with a nickname on the back of their jersey. Joey Votto went with In Flanders Fields. And the lines from that poem on the sleeve patch. That is a World War I era poem written by a Canadian. It's, I guess, kind of like the Canadian version of our Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was written by a Canadian. I was aware of that poem growing up. On Veterans Day, they would recite it down in the park.
Full count on Irvin. Called strike 3. 6 up, 6 down for Kyle to start the game. Cubs lead 3-0. Blog at WGNTV.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Happy 44th wedding anniversary to Tom and Judy Harrington, celebrating here at the ballpark. Cubs lead 3-0. Batting in the second, and it's Kyle Hendricks to lead it off. His first pitch is in there for a strike. Note coming down, the A's have placed lefty Sean Manaea on the disabled list. I believe he's the only remaining guy in the rotation from opening day. It's bounced to third.
Hey, everybody, you're talking about anniversaries. Today is National Dog Day.
Yeah.
So to commemorate,
he looks miserable.
That is pure joy.
Like, jump on me again. Every dog has his day. Almora in the air. Hamilton 2 hands on it and 2 down.
An understatement to say Bailey needs a quick inning here after that lengthy first in this heat. He's well positioned with 2 quick outs. He's got to deal with Mr. Murphy here.
Infield hit and a run in the opening inning. The first 5 starters this season for the Oakland A's. Graveman, Manaea, Mengden, Gossett, and Triggs. So Manaea goes to the DL. Currently Jackson, Anderson, Cahill, those all former Cubs. Mike Fiers.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what they've been able to do, adding these quote-unquote spare parts. They've stepped up in a big way.
Time to see who's got momentum. Brought to you by First Midwest Bank. First Midwest Bank. Connect with a momentum maker today.
Oh, Tuck Stainback. Always fun when we see some new names. Chuck Klein, of course, had a great career. Stainback, Tony Taylor in the 50s.
A wonderful guy, Tony Taylor. Into the right field corner. Murphy on his way to second. He's got a 2-out double.
I don't know how many times he's been asked by a Cub player since he's been here, is it that easy? Because he's making it look easy. Look at him stay back, track that breaking pitch, and then he whacks it into the right field corner. How do you defend him? Line to line, with power. One of the Reds guys asked me earlier today, how would you pitch to Murphy? No clue. Not well. Not effectively, I'm guessing.
Well, since you say it every day and you haven't today, I'll say it. How did they get him?
I was just thinking
every
of
day
that.
the rest of the season. How did he fall to the Cubs? Infield pop up by Baez. Barnhart will make the grab. And it's a scoreless second on one hit for Homer Bailey. Can't get enough of that. Nice work by Anthony Rizzo at Ryan Dempster's big event at the Vic Theater. Sound good, man.
Really good.
Good time was had by all. 1-0 on Tucker Barnhart. He's playing first base. Switch batter. Indiana native. 2-0. He's from Brownsburg. Mr. Baseball in 2009. In the great state of Indiana. Swing and a miss on a change. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it used to be guys down near the bottom of the order could count on fastballs and counts like 2-0 and 3-1, but not so much anymore, and certainly not with Kyle Hendricks on the mound.
Kyle came in with a 4.04 ERA. That will be the first Reds hit. Leadoff single here in the third. That brings up Casale, who's been red hot. Knocked in 4 yesterday.
For his career, Kyle has a 3.17. That's 7th among all active pitchers who have made at least 100 starts.
Yeah, it's been a challenging year for him. I think he would be the first to admit that. He has allowed a career high in home runs. One ball, one strike. Well, we just keep grinding. Pitch.
He's so good at damage control, though. Even his bad games never really get away from him. Rarely does he just implode. Have to leave the game in the third inning and give it up 8 or 9 runs.
Very similar pitch to number 3. Got one call, didn't get the other. Casale had that look of unfortunate to still be alive in this at bat. 2-2, here it is, and he hooks it foul.
If you work a guy inside and you think you've got him looking in there, then you can throw something with little cutting action away from him. So you might get that rollover ground ball to the left side.
Could be 2. Bodie, Murphy, Rizzo, 5-4-3. They got some speed at the top, but once you get down here, these last 3, it's 2 catchers and a pitcher, and the double play very much in order on anything on the ground.
Yep, around the horn they go. Hendricks induces the ground ball. Murphy with plenty of time to make the turn. And now if he can get Bailey here, he'll have faced the minimum through 3.
Homer has not hit one. 8 career doubles.
Pretty good pitch.
Mets come in a 3-game series beginning tomorrow night. They're trailing at home 1-0 against Washington in the 7th. Nationals had been shut out in 3 straight games. They get their first hit, but still haven't scored. It's 3-0 in the 3rd.
Time for the Subway third inning triple play promotion. Text Subway to 97999 right now. And the 300 texter will win a $30 gift card to Subway restaurant in the Chicagoland area. Subway, so much sandwich. Doesn't sound like Seals and Crofts.
Graham Elliott just brought in some
food.
Grilled cheese. You better dig in, man.
I'll dabble.
Great job with the stretch the other day.
Yeah, he jazzed it up. He was up
really did.
Kind of jazzing.
Looks like there's some bacon on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all you. (3-0) Cubs lead. Rizzo, Contreras, and Hayward against Homer Bailey. Runs in the first of the unearned variety.
Two kind of folks on a pop-up like that in the stands. You stand up, I'm going to catch it, and you cover your head and hope for the best. But don't be the guy who is going to catch it and then pulls the hands away at the last moment.
That's bad. No play for Suarez. Two strikes to Rizzo. Bailey looking for his first strikeout. And he gets it.
Let's go back and check out the stands. You know, somebody's going with a foot. Somebody's going to defend herself with their foot. Whatever it takes.
Wilson drove in the first run on a ground out.
Strikeout for Bailey came on the split finger pitch, and that's the one pitch where he'll generate a decent number of swings and misses on. The strikeout rate is well below league average for Bailey. Cold beverage on a hot day.
Two, please. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Yep. You know what that's like. He got him. Wow. So Bailey with consecutive strikeouts. Every W counts. So everybody in. We've hit the stretch run. The Cubs need your support as they chase another NL Central title. The Mets come in tomorrow night for a 3-game series. Tickets are available for all three. And get your seats now at Cubs.com. Pitching matchups for that series. Syndergaard Lester tomorrow. DeGrom Hamels. How about that one on Tuesday? Alec Mills will get another start. He'll go on Wednesday afternoon against Jason Vargas.
Yeah, so with the Syndergaard and DeGrom going the first couple of games for the Mets, a little tougher for the bats to generate runs, you would assume. Lester and Hamels teeing it up for the Cubs. That should be a lot of fun.
Hayward with a run scoring triple as Billy Hamilton slipped in center field. Maybe a little reminiscent of Northrop Flood, Game 7 of the '68 World Series. Speaking of the Tigers, our buddy Alan Trammell had his number 3 retired before their game today. Congrats to Tram. Emergency swing by Hayward. Still 0-2 on him. Peraza earlier, among the league leaders in strikeout rate in terms of the low end, and Hayward ranking 10th, Rizzo 13th.
Who's number 1 on that list?
Number 1, I have to look.
In the American League, Andrelton Simmons earlier this year. His
yes,
numbers were
I
off
believe
the
he's. I think he's number 1. Bailey can't get it. Suarez can't either. Infield hit.
Bailey tried to make a play and deflected it. And Suarez was the next man up. He couldn't handle it. And in the perfect world for the Reds, if they both leave it alone and let Peraza come and make the play, that would have been the best option. You can understand Suarez trying to make a play on that ball. Bailey probably should have left it alone.
Andrelton Simmons striking out 6.2% of the time. Michael Brantley 8.4. Victor Martinez 9.2. His teammate Jose Iglesias 10.1. Jose Ramirez 10.7.
League averages 22, 23%, something like that.
Jose Ramirez has an OPS of 1,019, 86 walks, 60 strikeouts, 37 home runs. He probably won't win the MVP. I imagine it'll be a member of the Red Sox, right?
Here, J.D. Martinez or Mookie Betts.
Yep. I would guess Betts. If the season ended today.
You would bet Betts?
Guy. I would. No, actually I wouldn't. J.D. Martinez leading the majors in hits, RBIs, batting average, slugging, total bases. Pause by Bailey. Here comes a 1-2, and it's hit in the air down the right field line. And Schebler does not have a play. She does, though.
Good effort here by Schebler. Plants his foot into the wall to get some elevation.
Fan interference. If she had reached over and got in Schebler's way, it could have been called an out. But once you break that imaginary barrier, it's anybody's ball.
Anytime we get talking strikeout rate, let's be digging in on Joe Sewell. Joe and Luke Sewell played 30s and 40s, I'm thinking. Neither one of them struck out much at all. Hold up Sewell's number. Joe Sewell, 1929, he struck out 4 times, 578 at bats.
So he put a lot of first pitches into play. Towering fly, deep left, gone on the Waveland. David Bodie with a 2-run homer. 5-0.
Not a walk-off. What's going on? They're playing musical chairs in the bullpen. David Bodie's playing home run derby. Home run number 6, up and in fastball, gets the hands pulled in, gets the barrel to the back of the baseball, and there she goes. Southwest Airlines, how far did it fly? 451 feet. Go to WGNTV.com/contest for a chance to win round trip travel for 2 on Southwest Airlines in the United States and Puerto Rico. Wow. Put a charge in that.
Line shot to Hamilton. Schwarber with a loud third out. Bodie found the street. That swing is 5-0 after 3. Four now with more choices than ever at participating locations for a limited time. Cubs looking for their 5th consecutive win in a 4-game series sweep. I want to send out happy 30th birthday wishes. Big Cubs fan Ashley Schmidt from all her family and friends watching out in Arizona today. Billy Hamilton pops to Schwarber as we start the 4th.
The Newborn Fan Club is the perfect gift for parents of new Cubs to showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a photo from a custom birth announcement on the Wrigley Field marquee, Cubs birth certificate, pinstripe baby cap, and Rookie of the Year Cubs onesie. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information.
Peraza 0 for 1. Milwaukee just put up a 6 spot on Chris Archer in the 3rd inning. Brewers 6, Pirates nothing.
Brewers have had a hard time holding leads lately.
Archer has struggled in his new team. Pirates couple games under 500 on the outer fringes of the wild card race with the Nationals. Hayward circling, and he's got it.
Professor's in the rocking chair right now.
Let's step aside briefly and see what's coming up on WGN. Great to have you with us today from the friendly confines. Cubs lead 5-0 in the fourth. On Jeanette.
He was a strikeout victim in the first. They worked him down and away and then finished him off with a high fastball. I mentioned that he likes the ball up inner half of the plate. If you go way up, he'll chase. Especially if you establish down first, get the jump on him. Time to recalibrate.
Reds without Joey Votto this weekend. Cubs without Chris Bryant.
Mentioned Hendricks and his ability to throw that changeup and fastball counts with a 5-run lead. I think he's going to go heater here.
Ball 4. Let's see who's going places. Brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. This is what Kyle has done in his career in the month of August.
He's been rather august in August.
The Cubs have been a good August team under Joe Madden.
Tried to pick that outside corner with the 3-1 pitch to Jeanette, probably kicking himself a little bit that he wasn't a little bit more aggressive there. Now he brings up Suarez with a chance to do some damage with a man on base. So the Cubs looking to sweep this 4-game set after having been swept in a 4-game series by Cincinnati earlier this year. That particular set of circumstances has happened twice before. 1930 with the Reds and 1969 with Pittsburgh.
You get swept there in a 4-gamer and then return the favor here.
Yeah.
So if that does occur, did it happen in the first place?
I don't know.
That's why, we've added 2- and 4-game series with interleague play. There's more of those, it feels like, than ever before. They can be unsatisfying when you have a 1-1 or 2-2, right? Kind of like having an odd number of games in a series.
Somebody
to have a
clearly
winner and a
wins.
loser.
Yeah.
Suarez stands tall in the box, and he pops it up. Long run in. Hayward, Murphy, and Rizzo in the area, and it found a spot and foul ground, and Hayward and Murphy just kind of grazed each other. Unfortunately, didn't actually collide. That could have been really bad.
Yeah, a lot of big people here pursuing this little pop-up, carrying a lot of speed. Yep. You never know, and sometimes something so insignificant looking could prove to be serious down the road. But evasive action taken there by Hayward.
So Suarez stands tall, but a real relaxed vibe as he gets ready to hit. No tension at all as he holds the bat and gets ready to work. To end the Reds' fourth. They strand one, and it's the Cubs 5 and the Reds nothing. Wrigley Field on Saturday, September 8th, with special guests Rise Against and Machine Gun Kelly. Do not miss out on the final concert of the season here in the friendly confines. Tickets are on sale now at Cubs.com/concerts. Nice to have this big lead because both Milwaukee and the Cardinals are in blowout games early. The Cardinals scored 6 and knocked Tyler Anderson out of the game in the opening inning. Matt Carpenter 2 for 2 in the first inning.
That was a heck of a ball game last night, a pitcher's duel until the end. The Rockies scored 8 in the 8th.
Matt Holliday back with the Rockies and homering.
Yeah, in the pinch, breaking the scoreless tie, and there were a lot of Cardinal fans there too, so everybody responding to that swing by Holliday.
That first pitch was a 22nd foul ball hit by a Cub in this game. It has to be very frustrating for Homer Bailey, and that's almost 2 innings worth of pitches. Just foul balls so far in the first 3+. Here's his 1-2. It's in the dirt.
And a lot of times you associate that kind of a game with a guy who's throwing elevated fastballs, you know, at 94 miles an hour, and guys are just a little late fouling him off or fouling him back. Not what he's trying to do out there. He'd love to get it put in play a little bit earlier, but here he is 2-2 on Hendricks. Every time finishing people off.
Jeanette will love and throw to first. 1 out.
On Friday, September 14th, Cubs by the Reds. They'll be back. First pitch will be at 1:20. And up to the first 5,000 early, arriving adults 21 and older in the Budweiser bleachers receive a Cubs Velcro patch cap presented by Budweiser. Bleacher tickets still available. For details, visit Cubs.com/Fridays.
Strike one on Albert Almora.
Can he make electronics not work?
Yes.
Because my computer is no longer charging.
That could be. Make a phone call or
call tech support. No, I just say that to convey to our audience how hot it is here at the ballpark today. I'm trying to put them in the stadium.
It's warm.
It's so hot.
Sandwich is still warm.
This wasn't toasted when we got it. It was just plain bread. Now it's toast.
Popped up. Sally up the first base line, and he makes the catch. Two gone.
It will be interesting if Barnhart and Casale have a conversation in the dugout after this inning, because that's one where the catcher's always hoping the first baseman runs him off. But Barnhart, also a catcher, is like, hang with him, pal. You got it. Barnhart giving him a little round of applause from first base.
The middle, Jeanette will surround it. Balance throw, and Bailey works his first 1, 2, 3. All Cubs through 4, 5-zip. Budweiser join the team that enjoys responsibly. Budweiser reminds you to drink wiser. Cubs lead 5-0. And the Reds bat in the 5th. They have 1 hit, 2 base runners. With Kyle Hendricks making his third start versus Cincinnati this season. Scott Schebler, the batter. Baez will charge the shortstop on the other side of the bag. And the shift makes the play.
The Cubs are introducing game-changing new premier experiences here at Wrigley Field with seats featuring prime views and access to an exclusive club and first-class amenities. These new premier experiences will allow fans to enjoy Cubs baseball and America's most majestic ballpark in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List.
Earlier, Alec Mills will get another start on Wednesday. Mike Montgomery, if he's able to, will jump back into the rotation, possibly in Atlanta. And with everybody moving back a day at this point, it looks like Cole Hamels will miss a start in Philadelphia. He would pitch the day after that in Milwaukee. I don't believe we are scheduled to see Jake Arrieta face the Cubs next weekend.
Arrieta Hamels, that would have been the dream matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Would have been fun.
There's Jake. No, that's not Jake. Fooled.
That's Earl. That's Earl Arrieta down there enjoying the ball game. More of a curveball guy.
Earl pronounces it Arrieta. Barnhart on deck. And foul off of first base.
This is Kyle's third go at the Reds this year. Lifetime, he's 4-2 against them with a 3.80 ERA.
Irvin out. Bodie gets him.
That was nice. Pretty much every day with Brian Butterfield doing early work. And the work he does is at game speed. That's the key. Just doesn't go through the motions. Taking nothing for granted. Over the top, quick release. Hendricks in this ballpark against the Reds is 3-0 with a 1.83 earned run average. Sprinkle in a few more curveballs. Second time through.
Swing and a miss. And a changeup. 2-2 the count. Couple of groundouts to start the inning. Just inside, and it's full. Kurt Casale waits on deck. Cubs got 3 unearned runs in the first, a 2-run homer from David Bodie in the third. Barnhart is 2 for 2.
Nice adjustment there by Barnhart. Swing and miss at the changeup earlier in that sequence. He stayed back that time, and ball was up a little bit. You just can't sell out and sit on a heater against Kyle in pretty much any count. Kyle would have a no-no going if Barnhart stayed home.
Man on, 2 down. Casale takes off the outside corner. I would say we will see former Red Devin Mesoraco with the Mets. But, he is battling a day-to-day injury currently. There's Michael Lorenzen. Mesoraco dealing with a neck issue. As the Mets come to town tomorrow, they're trailing 7-0 at home against the Nationals in the 8th.
That's playing good ball. They've won 13 of their last 20, scoring a lot of runs. Won't be easy to beat, especially dealing with the likes of Syndergaard and DeGrom.
Swing and a miss. Inning over. Hendricks has looked sharp. He's got a 5-0 lead in the 5th.
And an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC.
Check out the variety of luxury premier options Wrigley Field has to offer for your next client, corporate or family function, like the all-inclusive Fannie Mae Suite in center field. Visit Cubs.com/premier for an option that fits your needs. Cubs will bat with a 5-0 lead. They'll have Baez, Rizzo, and Contreras against Homer Bailey. He is 6 out of 14 on the homestand. to Peraza on one pitch.
Third time through the batting order has been a big issue for Homer Bailey this year. See how he does with the middle of the Cubs order here for the third time. So far he's kept Baez, Rizzo, and Contreras 2-3-4 in check. Hayward and Bodie doing a lot of the damage here today.
In the deep left center, Irvin will have to play it off the wall. Rizzo on his way to second. He's going to be safe. Close play, but he got in. And the Reds can't challenge it even if they think he's out. They lost their challenge in the first.
Yeah, rocket off the wall here by Anthony. It's two-seam fastball moving down and away, and he just stays right on it. Beautiful swing of the bat. Then he has to carry a lot of speed into the slide at second base because he knew it was going to be close. Kind of a hard late slide, but no indication that anything's bugging him. Always worry about a rolled ankle on a play like that.
Contreras with a runner in scoring position. He's got a go-ahead RBI today. And he bounces to third. Rizzo will stay at second. Stay tuned for the seventh inning stretch. Happens around the middle of the seventh. It's brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Harry on the big board. Occasionally we discuss analytics. The way the game has moved forward in terms of all the information. You mentioned something earlier in this inning I want to follow up on. The third time through the order. I would imagine over the decades a pretty similar story for a lot of starting pitchers. Struggling against hitters the third or fourth time they see them. That's part of kind of the analytical revolution is just looking at those numbers. There's not a lot of rocket science going on. It's just saying, well, you get to that third time through, opponent's hitting 396. Why would we continue to use a pitcher who started the game at that point?
When you have bullpens with as many power arms as they have today. Now you can go way back in the day, go back into the 60s and 70s before bullpens are what they are today, and you could still probably make a case for sticking with your starter, certainly your front line guys, because they're still going to be a better option than the guy you were bringing out of the bullpen. Right. Now you bring a fresh arm throwing 98 to replace a guy who's perhaps tiring.
Hamilton will play it on a bounce, and Rizzo will score. Big day for Jason Hayward. He's 3 for 3. He's knocked in 2, and it's now 6-0.
Rizzo gets to second base. Hayward plates him. Shatters his bat. Ball was up. Just a little softy out there in front of Hamilton. He's had Hamilton going this way and that here this afternoon. Line drive over his head. Now a little floater in front of him. He has been a burr in Hamilton's saddle today.
Love it. Not that. I love your phrase. Burn the saddle. This is the kind of day that'll stick in your craw. If you're Homer Bailey. 6-0. Cubs enjoying a 6-0 advantage. Homer Bailey will be lifted for a pinch hitter, Mason Williams. And he will bat against Hendricks.
Yeah, they had Michael Lorenzen up in the bullpen. I thought they might hit Lorenzen here and just leave him in the ball game. Done that on a handful of occasions, but maybe they've just changed their mind as to who the next pitcher is going to be. You know, that conversation you brought up about the third time through and not exposing your starting pitcher to that. The other argument you hear from a lot of people referencing the good old days is they'll say things like, well, you'd have never taken Nolan Ryan out of that game, or Tom Seaver. You know, they don't. They're
Yeah, they
talking about the. Well, they're also not talking about the fourth or fifth starter, right? All those references are, you know, to the greats in the game.
Yes. Well, I go back to the injuries as Williams strikes out. Is name 15 pitchers between 1965 and 1975 who blew out and didn't pitch again because they were overworked. You can't remember any of them, right?
Yeah, because
they just go by the wayside and they're forgotten.
Right.
We only remember Seaver, Ryan, Jenkins, Carlton, and we hold those guys up to represent every starting pitcher from that era.
Yeah, and it's just absurd.
So I could say in 40 years, you know, they don't make them like Max Scherzer and Cole Hamels and Jake Arrieta. You wouldn't have taken those guys out before the fourth or whatever it is in 2050. I think if you go back and you look at some rosters, probably some pitchers who weren't very good, some position players who struggled, just like every other era. I told John Smoltz that to his face. We had a great discussion. I said, John, you're different. You can't expect every guy to be unbreakable like you were for 15 years before you had Tommy John.
And I guarantee you, if you do some digging, and I'm sure folks at Sabre have, because they dig into the history of the game, you're going to find countless examples of really good pitchers whose careers were cut short due to overwork.
The sixth inning is brought to you by Meyer, true Chicago fans.
The problem we've had is it's so difficult to identify the why some guys break down and others do not. So I think the philosophy that most clubs have taken, that the industry has taken, that we're going to protect as many arms as possible by being conservative with pitcher usage, and then a greater percentage of guys will stay healthy for a longer period of time. They're doing all kinds of work in biomechanics, trying to understand the perfect delivery, but I don't think anybody really has an answer.
The other thing that we have to mention with this discussion is there's one other big difference between then and now. Those guys, a lot of their careers were just over. Now they can have Tommy John surgery, they can have the shoulder surgery, they can actually return and pitch better. Mark Fidrich, he was done.
Yeah.
Career over. As Hayward makes the catch, Hendricks with a 1-2-3 6th.
Bottom of the 6th, Cubs offer free remote parking and shuttle service for night and weekend games and a free bike check located by the Addison Red Line station. Pace Express buses also are available from Hillside and Rolling Meadows. Check out available transportation and parking options at cubs.com/transportation.
Michael Lorenzen will work here in the bottom of the 6th. Cubs lead 6-0, shooting for a 4-game series sweep.
He's the Zen Master. He's pitching for the 35th time. 1-on-1 with a 304. Good arm. Mid upper 90s heater.
We could say Lorenzen is a Shohei Ohtani Jr.
Yeah, a two-way player. Started his career as a starting pitcher. The Reds have had all kinds of issues with their pitching over the last few years. If they would contemplate a return to the rotation for Lorenzen, or if they're content with him in the bullpen.
Pirates are coming back on the Brewers. It's 6-4 Milwaukee in the 6th inning. Cardinals lead 6-1 at Colorado in the top of the 3rd. Starting play today, the Diamondbacks and Rockies have identical 71-58 records atop the NL West. Dodgers are 2.5 out.
And Kenley Jansen continues to struggle. Blew a save again last night. Gave up a 9th inning home run to Austin Hedges. Dodgers did come back and win that game in extra innings.
He's blown 3 consecutive saves and allowed 4 homers since he came off the DL. Chopped softly, picked up by Barnhart. Lorenzen at the bag, and they get Schwarber.
Good feed there by Barnhart. Don't break your fingers, Kyle.
Yep. The other Kyle, who has given up 2 hits and working with a 6-0 lead on the mound. Hendricks has grounded out twice.
Yeah, he's in bonus time now too. You get 6 innings out of your starter in this heat, you'll take it. He's going to give him a little more.
Joe has Babalu on his sleeve patch. Called strike 3. How about that? And we come back as we step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Here at Wrigley Field, Cubs looking for their 5th straight win. Babalu would be Bob Clear, longtime associate of Joe Madden and his mentor. Base hit to right for Almora. He's 1 for 3.
Back on top of things here over the last few days.
Invariably, Joe Madden tells a story about his early days coaching, managing the minor leagues. We'll reference Bob Clear. The 0-1 to Murphy. So just missed the corner. Lorenzen wanted it, didn't get it.
Well, 2 was better than 1, so I think the count is right. Daniel Murphy, a career on-base plus slugging of .828. That ranks the 6th among all second basemen since 1974. Jeff Kent, Robinson Cano, Joe Morgan, Chase Utley, Jose Vidro, and then Daniel Murphy on that list. And a little further down, you'll find the likes of Rhino and Craig Biggio and Robbie Alomar. Not saying Murph's a Hall of Famer, just saying pretty impressive company.
There's a famous tavern across the street named after him well before he became a Cub. Full count on Murphy. Runner at first will go with 2 outs. That's Almora.
Yeah, I always noticed that when I was coming from out of town here. There's a lot of Cub notables. Like a Sutcliffe Pharmacy.
All 4.
Maybe a Grace Funeral Home. That's something Daniel Murphy doesn't do a lot. Most of his on base is function of
Now
his batting
batting
average.
shortstop, Javier Baez.
Javi's got a street named after him.
I think somebody should open up a bar and call it the Shays Lounge.
Yeah, it's a great idea. There's a Rizzo's right over here.
Two-out single Almora. Murphy then walked. Two on Baez. Big crowd, 40,331 on this Sunday afternoon. And Lorenzen's 0-2, and he got him swinging. And we'll go to the 7th. Cubs 6, Reds nothing.
by Budweiser. The band is Twin Peaks. I found a new way. They're huge Cub fans. They're out here.
Yes, they
quite
are.
often.
They have played hot stove cool music. Good guys. Underway here in the 7th. Want to know on Scooter Jeanette. Make it 1-1.
Oh my goodness. What a doll.
Quality baby and a quality hat.
Oh my goodness. Look at that lid.
That is a strike. It's 1-2. Jeanette hasn't put a ball in play yet. He has struck out and walked.
Hendrick's so good at getting hitters caught in between. The end of a change up, they start to really focus on that, and then they'll slip the fastball by him. Whoop.
Swing and a miss way out in front against a changeup, and he's out.
They threw him a cork. Could have swung twice before it got to home plate.
MLB at bat is, well, let's look at that first. Two hits, both belong to Tucker Barnhart. And both singles.
It would be kind of fun one time for Kyle to go into stroke mode, like do a little El Teante turn of the shoulders or drop down sidearm. You know, it would lock the hitter up.
Ground ball to third. That's scooped by Bodie. 2 down. The Reds have not put a runner in scoring position all day. It is out at Wrigley Day here in the friendly confines, the 18th annual. Scott Schebler with 2 gone. Inside for a ball. Scott is from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. To Des Moines Area Community College. Not a high draft pick. 26th round by the Dodgers in 2010. This should do it. As Almora makes the catch. Time now for the 7th inning stretch. It's brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Today's stretch, please direct your attention to the outfield video boards.
All right. Let me hear you. Good and loud. On 1, on 2, on 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Oh, it's root, 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 chant for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey!
Three times, 0-2 of the 759. Those were all starts. He made 20 starts down in AAA. Pitched effectively there, 11-6 with the 287. That's kind of his storyline. He's been good at AAA. He's had opportunities at the big league level over the last couple of seasons. Hasn't quite been able to figure it out up here yet. He's got good stuff. A former first-round draft pick back in 2011, number 27 overall. He's still just 25 years of age.
Starts Rizzo with a fastball at 94 for a strike. Anthony doubled in the 5th and scored.
So this is Bob versus Tony. Players Weekend.
We got Tony versus Tony. We had Baez tagging out Baez. Or attempting to.
Spy versus Spy.
Stevenson's from Martinez, California. And this is hit down the left field line, and it's going to land fair. And Rizzo's got another double.
Well, he's been really something since he got the rebat in his hands. His dad made him a weighted bat to swing on deck. He gave it to him in Detroit the other day, and he's been on fire ever since. He's been awfully good for a long while now. Elevated, and he muscles it into the left field corner for yet another double.
So the lead, 2-base hit. And the batter is Contreras here in the 7th. 6-0 Cubs lead. The Rays won again. They're 8th in a row, and they're the first team to sweep the Red Sox in a series this season.
Two ground outs and a punch out for Wilson today. Nice double in the ball game yesterday. He's still searching.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Put the two bats together, and you've got Rizzo. And hopefully they're back together on the same infield in less than a week. Raza calls off Irvin. That's out number 1. MLB at Bat is your #1 Cubs app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Cubs home screen icons and features like the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Nice day for Hayward. He's got 3 hits, 2 knocked in, 2 runs. After going 0 for 14 in his previous 3 games. He's 4 for 4. Rizzo will hold at third.
Well, Jason's had a bunch of multi-hit games this year. 3-hit games and 4-hit games.
4th time he's had 4 in a game this year.
Take a look at the 4 to drive of the game. David Bodie, for the 6th time this year, goes deep.
It's the first home run he's hit that hasn't either tied the game or given the Cubs the lead. They did add a couple of big runs, though, to make it 5-zip.
Yeah, those 2 runs, the way Hendricks was pitching, it felt very comfortable, and it has continued to be very comfortable.
That took off the mask of Casale. Great Players Weekend. Photos from Steve Green, longtime Cubs photographer. There's the pitch by Stevenson. It's taken it for a strike. 1-2. Hit the plate and kick foul.
They do this Players Weekend thing in conjunction with the Little League World Series. They played that Little League Classic in Williamsport last Sunday. The Cubs will play that next year against the Pirates. As you see Rosario warming. See the story? The parents from Australia spent $16,000 for their kids to come to Williamsport.
Really?
Yeah.
Each set of parents for each kid?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's dedication. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And we'll leave it up to Kyle Schwarber. We saw action in the Cubs pen. Hendricks likely done. Tommy LaStella has walked out into the on-deck circle to hit for him. Schwarber reaches.
Whoop.
And a balk. Why haven't they called it? Rizzo will score. 7-0. It was so obvious everybody missed it. Stevenson turned to throw to first, but Barnhart wasn't covering.
Gotta know where your guys are.
Schwarber takes ball one.
And I would argue that even that shouldn't be a balk.
Schwarber in the air. That baby's going to go. It's 9-0.
Well, a lot of crooked numbers going up on the board for the Cubs these days. Schwarber's been in a little bit of a home run jag. Wow, this is a no-doubter. He absolutely smothers that baseball. The Southwest Airlines, how far did it fly? The distance of that one, 444. Go to WGNTV.com/contest for a chance to win round trip travel for two on Southwest Airlines in the United States and Puerto Rico. Wow.
Danny Darwin out to the mound, and I'm with you on the fake throw to first. I'm not sure why that needs to be a balk. If you can do that to second, that's the difference.
Yeah, I just think the whole balk rule needs to be revisited.
Bill James says they should just get rid of it completely. Cody Reed, a left-hander, up in the Reds bullpen. 9-0 in the seventh. Cubs with a season-high 11-game home run streak.
They're not settling for one these days either. Nationals really opening it up on the Mets. So after going scoreless for 3 days, they've scored 15 here today. 15 zip over the Mets. This ball's a wacky game. Closer to home, Brewers 7-4 over the Pirates, middle of the seventh. Brewers bullpen has been scuffling lately, so that one is still up for grabs. Cardinals now 10-2 over the Rockies. Top of the fourth. Being that it's Denver, that one's still up for grabs. Tyler O'Neill has homered for St. Louis.
Stella grounds to Jeanette. We go to the eighth. 3 more for the Cubs. 2 courtesy Kyle Schwarber. 9-0 late.
app today and follow along for your chance to score free beef sandwiches throughout the season. Pelofino's on for the Cubs, a.k.a. Randy Rosario, 31st appearance. This is his 5th stint with the Cubs this year. Most recently recalled August 17th. He's 4-0 with a 2.80 earned run average.
Victor Caratini now playing first for Rizzo, and Ian Happ is in for Hayward and Wright. Phil Irvin leading it off. Takes a fastball apparently low. High fly to right. Happ drifting. He's on the warning track in that well area. He makes a catch. Level of difficulty pretty high, especially for a guy who just came into the game. Late afternoon, right field at Wrigley.
Yeah,
not easy.
Yeah, this ball really carried a lot better than I anticipated. And it's a hitter's day here. The wind's blowing out. But off the bat, I thought that was going to be relatively routine, but it proved to be anything but. Good stick-to-itiveness there by Happ.
Ground ball to Caratini. So both
the guys,
the newbies make plays. That brings up Casale.
Tomorrow we'll cheer for the Reds. Well, Tuesday they're off tomorrow. They begin a series with Milwaukee on Tuesday, and then they go to St. Louis.
Ball one. Yeah, in the games the Reds play against all these teams end up possibly being bigger than the ones they play against one another. So in terms of the division race, the Cubs, by sweeping the Reds this weekend, if they hold on with this big lead late, kind of force the Brewers and Cardinals to win at least 2 out of 3, if not sweep.
Well, let's see what is on the horizon here as we head towards the final month of the season. Heading into today, Cubs had 34 left, 17 home, 17 road, 16 against teams with better than 500 records. You see the Brewers down there in the far end, just 9 games remaining against teams with winning records. 6 of those 9 are against the Cubs.
Still have 3 games to make up on the Brewers.
Yeah, Nationals taking out their frustration on the Mets bullpen today.
Are you sure it's the bullpen and not a position player?
Well, it was some bullpen. I don't know at the end who was out there. I'm going to look though because you've piqued my curiosity.
Corey Oswalt. Gave up 6. Well, it's all pitchers so far. Fly to left. Here comes Schwarber. Reds held to 2 hits through 8. Cubs lead 9-0. by Ram Trucks. Guts, Glory, Ram. We're back with you on WGN Tuesday night. Mets and Cubs. Pitching matchup. Jacob deGrom and Cole Hamels. Left-hander Cody Reed in the 8th inning.
11th appearance at the big league level for Reed, 0-1 with a .395 earned run average. We got a scoreless inning from Lorenzen. And then Cubs got to Bob Stevenson for 3 in his 1 inning of work.
Big swing and a miss. Almora started the day at 300. That's where he is currently after his 1-for-3 start. Tico batting here in the bottom of the 8th.
Double digits hits for the Cubs again today. They have 12, so it's 4 out of the last 5. They've had at least 11 knocks.
Reed deals high for a ball. It's 2-2. Not done yet for the season series. The Reds will be back here at Wrigley Field in September as Almora strikes out. 14th through the 16th. Murphy has led off every game as a Cub and played second base. He's not led off a ton in his career, but you'd never know it.
Good hitters just hit no matter where you put them. I mentioned it last time. He doesn't walk much, so he's not up there with the mindset of a leadoff guy who's trying to necessarily work a walk, see a lot of pitches. He's just trying to get a knock, and he's really good at it.
The pitch was just outside. There's a baseball player.
A little guy with an old school look. The descendant of Honus Wagner.
Murphy strikes out.
Ready for some action.
Yeah, ants in his pants right now. He wants to get on the field.
Run the bases on Sundays after the ball game.
I should add weather permitting. Baez really has a ferocious attack, doesn't he? Even when he takes a pitch.
Yep. Kind of all in with that big swing.
Hard off the bat, and that's going to help him pick up an infield hit. One of the paradoxes of this great game. You hit that hard, it goes right to Peraza, and you're an easy 6-3 out.
That's the thing about Baez. We talk about his approach, and he's got the big leg kick that tends to open up a little bit, but his hands, are so good at going and finding the baseball. He makes contact when you think there's just no way he's going to get a piece of it. And a lot of times it's solid contact. This time It's a little slow roller. That combination of speed and power, why he's one of the best in the game.
Caratini, his first AB. So not only hitting home runs, but taking advantage of the conditions. Generally, the wind has blown out this weekend. They're back. We used to see those guys all the time. Need a little more sun, don't they? Let's go to the ninth.
Zombies. Friendly zombies. They're friendly zombies.
9-0. Hits, both by Tucker Barnhart. Both were singles. They have not put a runner in scoring position all day. And Randy Rosario will try to finish him off. He worked a 1-2-3 8th inning.
Kyle Hendricks outstanding here today. 7 innings of scoreless ball. Just those 2 knocks by Tucker Barnhart. He walked 1, struck out 5. An extremely hot day with the wind blowing out. Did not affect him in the least. Dropped his ERA down to 3.86.
Dilson Herrera. Hits one hard and foul. Billy Hatcher with quick feet down there at third. Herrera batting for pitcher Stevenson, a base hit. Check that read. And that'll be a double. Actually, he's not pinch hitting. He's been playing second base. Never mind. I didn't even know he was in the game.
And then the Ivy double here for Dilly Dilly.
So their first runner reaching second base. It's been a lonely day for the aforementioned Billy Hatcher, third. Hamilton to right. Happ will make the catch. Herrera will stay right where he is. That's out number one.
Pretty well hit by Hamilton, but an 0 for 4 day for him in the air all 4 times.
Peraza has flied to right 3 times. Hey Stephanie, how are you? A little shade at least over there at third. It's warm. Popped up. Shallow left field. Baez will let Schwarber take it. So 2 outs in the ninth. Hello, Pawsey. Pause back.
Frank, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Frank.
One way to beat the heat.
Yep. Bob Albrecht.
Good work, everybody. Stay hydrated.
Jimmy T, Win Griffiths. They got to be on their toes out in the camera shack in center with all these home runs flying past them. Brandon Dixon. Kyle Hendricks will improve to 10 and 10. Homer Bailey will drop to 1 and 12. Strike called, 1 and 1. In the air-conditioned truck today. I'm told the AC is working just fine. Our producer Mark Grady, our director Jim Holly, Vince Lodel, our associate producer. Cortez, our studio coordinator on the street at WGN. Ground ball to third. Spinning is Bodie. Cubs win. Cubs sweep the Reds at Wrigley in a 4-game series for the first time since 1945.
Paying the Reds back for a 4-game sweep in Cincinnati earlier this year. They outscore the Reds 29-9 in this 4-game set. No drama W here today. Cubs got outstanding starting pitching from Kyle Hendricks. And plenty of production from the lineup. They bang out 13 hits, score 9 runs, hit a couple of long balls. Jason Hayward gets 4 knocks. Anthony Rizzo with a big day. Daniel Murphy with another 2-hit day. Makes a habit out of that. All right, everybody dance and sing.
To be the best in the National League. Well, this is the year and the Cubs are real. So come on down to Wrigley Field. We're singing now, go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Baseball time is here again. You can catch it all on WGN.
Kyle Schwarber is with us, homering in back-to-back games. 9-0 the final. This has been a lot more fun the last 5 days, hasn't it, Kyle?
Yeah, you know, we're going out there scoring some runs. You know, I know the fans were a little worried for a little bit, but you know, it's just a game. We just got to keep going, and that's what we're doing right now.
4 home runs for you over the last 10 days. Do they come in streaks? I mean, what's your take on that?
You know, you just got to keep working, and you know, there's going to be times where you hit homers. There's going to be times, you know, like today, you hit a ball hard, you just don't get the result, and then you hit the little blooper that gets over for a hit. So you know, you just got to be able to keep working and take them as they come.
One more baseball question. Daniel Murphy, the Cubs are 5-0 with him in the lineup. There's a causation question. It could be coincidence, but I'm guessing he's got something to do with it.
Yeah, he, you know, great presence in the clubhouse, and a really professional hitter. When you go and talk to him, he's got a very thought-out answer for you when you ask him anything about hitting. So really professional at bat, really great human being, and we're definitely lucky to have him on the squad.
And a 9-0 win leading into your big block party tonight. That works well, too. Tell us about the event.
Yeah, tonight we're going to have the second annual block party. It's for Schwarber's Neighborhood Heroes campaign. So just a big thank you to all of our first responders out there, military personnel. I grew up in that kind of household, and for us to be able to go out there and help these guys live life a little bit better and help their families out, it means a lot to me and my family, and has a special place in my heart. So you know, ready to help those guys out.
Are you going to sing and dance tonight? Can you count on that?
No.
Oh,
definitely
man.
not.
I think the high school video is enough, right?
You get the high school video, or you get the little sneak peek out in the outfield before the game starts.
I like it.
That's good enough.
You're a good baseball player, and you're a better human. Thanks, Kyle.
Well, I appreciate
Have fun
it, guys.
tonight.
Thanks for having me.
That's Kyle Schwarber after the Cubs beat the Reds 9-0. We'll be back after this.